Hey guys, hi. Back for another video today. In today's question is gonna be a little different. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do three tables today, and we will understand that how to navigate about doing that and how to solve them. Okay. So it's a good question. Stick around for that. Okay. As usual. Okay. Read the question and try to solve it on your own first, okay, and then go ahead and check the solution because I think you learn it better this way. I've been enjoying making these videos, so stay tuned for more videos like this where I solve questions live, because I think that I learned the best way possible this in this way. So yeah, so let me go ahead and share my screen. So uh, let me share my query page. Yeah. So this is the table that we're working on right now, and in this table, what is there? Okay, let's see. So let's read the question. The question is that write a query to find top three students by average grade. Okay, so so that's the basic first a broad question, but let's go into the important requirements that we really want. Okay, what is an important thing that we are looking to get into this particular question? What is the thing? Okay, write an SQL query to find the top three students by name who have the highest average grade possible. Okay, so once you understand the word highest average grade, okay, the first thing I think that goes in my mind is we have to order it. Okay, so they want it to be ordered, so they don't want it to be randomly ordered in any way. So I know that it has to be ordered by the highest possible grade. So I know that for order I'll be using order by, and then I'll be using DESC, which is descending. Pretty simple, okay? If multiple students have the same average, sort them alphabetically. So we know that, okay? So what do we know here? So we know that they want it to be by name, okay? So if let's say two students, let's say Parag and Chirag, for example, have the same the same grade, so 75, 75. I want Chirag to be at the first because of the alphabetical order. So I hope you have understood the question. Like it's pretty simple. They want it to be have a name, and then they want the highest average grade, and then they want it to be ordered by in a specific manner. So I would this is the create and the insert table, and this is what we are expecting the output to be as, okay, and this is the expected output that we are expecting, and these below are the tables that are there. So this is what we're expecting, okay. So in here we're expecting it to be by it has to be um, you know um, so you can see its name and the average grade is there, and then we have this thing here. Yeah. So let's see. So this is the three tables that we're looking at. Now observe one thing, that what do we really need in here? So we need the name and the grade. These are the two requirements in here, okay? There's a lot of noise, so you have to understand when to eliminate the noise from this thing, okay? You have a lot of things in here. For example, the course table, if I look at it, I don't need to use it if you think about it. Because why? A lot of time it happened to me that I was in one of the interviews, okay, they gave me four tables, but in reality, I just had to use two tables to get the answer. So a lot of time, the interviewer would just give you multiple tables, so you get into this loop of using everything. So you become like a complete mess. Okay, so you have to be able to look into the table and say that what is really important and what is noise. Okay. So it's important to look through it. So I know that what I really need is name and grade. Okay. So I only need two things. So, and where are these two things available? Okay. If you think is this, okay, so these two things are available in the students table and the enrollments table. So honestly, I don't even need to use the course table or go about thinking about, okay, because I have my name and I have my grade. That's it. Why do I need to waste my time trying to understand, do a join on course ID and course ID, then do it doesn't make sense to me. Why should I put my time into something like that which has no output to it, or doesn't really matter, because they have not asked related to what are the credits or something like that. They've asked me to order it by give the names of the highest average grade of each student, right? So let's start off by writing a query. As usual, start writing your own query, pause this video and try to solve it on your own. So I'll just write select, and I would write so what I need, I'll write students table, okay, S, okay. And what I need two tables, right? So I'm gonna do, as the question says that we need it to be we need the question to be for each student. Okay, so we don't need every student on earth to have this. So we need the grade. Okay, so for example, some students might have not given the exam, so I don't need students data of those students. So the simple way to do that is not to consider those data. So I'm going to use an inner join and not a left join. I'm going to do enrollments. Okay, E. And as can you observe very clearly what is the common between the students table and the enrollment table is this column, student ID. Okay, so I'm going to do S dot student ID, and then I'm going to do E dot student ID. So yeah, so this is something that I've done, and let me okay. So this is something you've done, and another thing we have to do is that so I'm just writing down the basics of everything, the structure of the the question, and then I'll go ahead and do it. Now understand one thing. So we also remember that so as we know that, so think about it. So I'm not still writing the final solution, but I'm writing all the structural importance, which is important. Okay, so we know that we have to use an average function here because you can observe that they want the highest average grade. So when you have to use something like an average, okay, you have to understand there's also a requirement for that one thing. Okay, so whenever you're using an average and you have to have a name attached to it, we have to use a group by function. Okay, so I'm just write a group by function, group by. I'm not writing right now what I'm gonna write it on. That's important. Now another thing that if you remember is they want it to be ordered by a certain way. So they need to be ordered by a certain way, right? So if I write this on that, and yeah, so if I write order grade, okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and so what do we need here? So what do we need here? So let me do first thing we need is name, okay, s dot name, right? S dot name is what we need. And okay, and what is something do we need the next? Okay, we need it to be an average of what? We need average of something like this thing, average of grade. Okay, as average grade. Is it right? I think so. It looks pretty all right to me. Okay, it looks pretty all right to me. Okay. Yeah. So we have got the name which we wanted. Then we use an average grade as a function for that. Okay. And then we're going to use by as there's only one here, so we want it to be grouped by name. So I'm just going to write group by same here as dot name. Okay, and what do we need it to be grouped by? So we need it to be grouped by the grade, right? So we need it to be grouped by the highest possible grade. Okay, so let me write e dot grade. Okay, grade, and then use the name. Okay, and we want it to be grouped by the highest possible grade, right? So if it has to be grouped by highest possible grade, we're going to use descending here. And if they are if the grade is similar, what do we need it to be sorted by? We need it to be sorted by name. And how? Ascending in the ascending order. Yeah. So let me see if this is a right query. What are we getting here? Okay. Is invalid. Enrollments are invalid in order by. Okay. So what if I use average grade here? Okay, as to here. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so I think so whenever you're using order by function, you have to understand that to always use the alias, okay, not the function here, because we've already used it here. So when you're using average grade, make sure to use the alias as the answer because I was using this here because I had to actually use this way. So I had to use this entirely to get the answer. So yeah. So we've used order by function, and I think that we are on the right path to get the solution. I think so, yeah. Because look at the output. You want Charlie Brown, and we need Alice Johnson and Bob Smith, but we are getting other two. Okay. Now, how would you remove the other two? Well, it's pretty simple. If you were in, let's say, MySQL, you're gonna do something like limit 3 because we just want the limit 3. But in SQL Server, that function doesn't exist. Okay. So what I'm gonna do in here is a very simple one, and we're gonna use top 3 here. This is an SQL function to just select the top 3 rows. Okay. So let me run this. This is nice. Okay. Now, another factor that is there here is the decimal part. So I think if you've been watching my videos, okay, I'm fan of two things in this to get it is to get this function, okay, to a proper decimal, which we really want that. We're going to use a cast function in this. So we're going to use cast, okay, and then we're going to do this way as decimal, as decimal, and then do this way, uh, 10, 2, and this. I think this looks pretty all right to me because yeah, so we have used the top three as to get the topmost three of them, okay. And then I've used the cast function just to limit it to 2 decimal because we don't like this kind of format because that's not what we expect in the final output. Yeah. So I think this is what we're expecting, and I think it came out to be what I wanted. So yeah, this is a pretty good question, I think, to understand basically in this part, not to distracted by this table and try to get into multiple joins, so it doesn't make sense. Okay, so quite a good question, I would say. A very good one to understand certain areas like understanding how to select the top three, which I did not cover in my YouTube channel videos before. Using cast function is amazing in here, and how to use order by and what to actually you when to use group by. So so let me just stop sharing my screen. Yeah. So the approach, if you understand, was that I did not just get to writing a code right away. I thought about the structure of my the solution, how it's gonna be like, and did not like start writing it like randomly. No, think about I have been doing SQL for a while, so I don't need to like use a pen and paper. But when I was starting on SQL, okay, I should really write down what I need to do like point wise. You know how you write an algorithm, you write down, okay, this is my first step and this is what are possible things I might want to do. Okay, so you might want to, if you're starting with SQL, start writing by points. Okay, hey, this is something I want to do and this is what my approach is going to be. So before you even start writing the code, so have a structure in your head that this is what I want to do and this is my approach is going to be this way. And because I think a lot of times when you're writing a code, you end up messing it up quite a lot of times. This has happened with me. So when you if you're on a paper, you will be able to see the problem that this for example right join will not gonna work in here because it doesn't make sense in here. Okay, so you're able to generate a more of a like a vision, okay, of what it's gonna look like. Okay, so when you are writing on a pen and paper, so that's my thoughts on how to solve this question. I hope you guys liked this video. If this video helped you out in any way, it was really nice. I really hope it will help you guys out. So I'd appreciate if you could like this video. I'm aiming for like 5 likes for this video. I've still not been able to hit that 5 likes threshold. I've been to 2 and 3 sometime. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for this video. Yeah, till then, you have a good day, take care. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Or if you want me to solve a question which you think you want to get solved by in a more easier and more concise way, and if you want me to explain any question, please feel free to put in the comments. Okay, the question. I love to solve them. I mean, SQL is fun for me. So yeah, till then, have a great day, take care, bye, see ya.